Hello, my name is Connor Jones, and I want to welcome you to the Flyer Life Group Business Overview. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through how our business operates and help you decide if this opportunity is a good fit for you. To get started, most people don't lack work ethic, they lack control, right? 88% of millionaires are self-made, and the majority of them own their business, right? 80 to 85%. So ownership is what changes the outcome. What we offer at Flyer Life Group is a controllable business model where effort directly correlates to income and growth. So the reason why I chose the insurance industry is for a variety of reasons. But the main one has to be control, right? So insurance offers a timeless demand, strong income potential, and very low overhead compared to most businesses. So your growth is merit-based, right? The skill set scales your business and it creates a real impact for consumers on a daily basis. It's one of the few industries where someone can start with the ability to keep costs low and still build something substantial. So I want to start out before I go any further. It's important to be clear about about what this opportunity is not. So this is not a salary position, right? There's no set hours, and this is not a job with a boss. It's not a get rich quick opportunity. It's a real business that rewards consistent effort. So playing off of that, what this business is, right? Let's talk about what the opportunity actually is. So this is an independent contractor position where you can control how you participate, right? On a full-time, part-time, or what I love to call a spare time, right? Opportunity. So the income is also uncapped and is based purely on production and volume based on your efforts, right? And then, of course, there are leadership and growth opportunities for those who want to build beyond themselves. And we provide a plug and play business model designed specifically for independent agents to grow. So you're not building this alone or from scratch. A lot of people in the insurance business don't realize how connected it is. But Flyer Life Group is contracted, right, with established, nationally recognized insurance companies. I see, right, of course, Mutual of Omaha is a great partner with us, giving you instant credibility, product diversity, and long-term stability. So our training is live and hands-on. So a lot of people, when they jump into a new business or if you've searched for ways to make money online, it's really difficult to actually see the real picture, right? To actually see how somebody's actually making money, right? They may post a flashy car or post a fancy watch, but they never show you how they actually make money. So we host daily Zoom calls where we work with real clients. Okay, so you can see exactly how our process works from start to finish. There's no guessing. You're actually learning from observing real scenarios. I love to call it the good and the bad and the ugly, right? But you'll see we have a coaching call Monday through Thursday. This is our more formal call that we run. Monday through Thursday, it's at 10 a.m. Eastern, normally till 11 a.m. Then we have our Monday through Thursday daily team call. We open that up at 9 a.m. Again, none of these calls are mandatory, but we open it up to start hanging out, answering questions. We have that on till the end of the day when I'm normally done working, and I'll have somebody else host if I'm done for the day. We have a leaders call on Fridays at 10 a.m. Normally, our CEO is speaking. It's an incredible time to get some incredible leadership and really focus in on building your business if that's what you're looking to do. And then we also host a new agent call on Saturdays. This does depend on the week, but we make sure to let everyone know. But that is at 11 a.m. Eastern. It's normally ran by one of my partners, but it's a fantastic call that we host for new agents. So to get into our business, we do not try to do everything. So our business is built around two proven markets, the mortgage protection space and the final expense space. So both of these markets have consistent demand, clear processes, and they allow our agents to focus on execution rather than complexity. So the mortgage protection space is one of the most consistent and in-demand markets in the insurance industry, and it focuses on protecting homeowners and their family, right? Right. So covering loans against death or sickness, right? Traditionally, find clients through direct mail, which I can explain. We send a form out to people's homes. If they're right wanting to look at the options, they fill it out or they call it in, send it back to us. So the pros with the business include the leads are extremely high intent. There's a very high closing percentage, high quality consumers. The average annual premiums are pretty high, the monthly payments, of course. But the cons with the business, of course, is the sit ratio is a variable. It's based on market conditions, right? When interest rates are low, the business is unbelievably massive. When the market, right, when interest rates go up, it definitely slows down, which since we work remote, it definitely works out for us. And then consumers are available after normal business hours. This technically could be a pro for some people, and it's a con for others because people are available normally after 4 or 5 o'clock. So you're going to be working more into the evening. Again, you control your hours, but that's when people are available. And the other thing I would say is it definitely requires a higher level of sales and communication skills compared to our other market and final expense. So there's definitely a little bit more to learn. It's still a very simple process, but it takes a little bit longer to put it together. So final expense is a market on helping families right, prepare for end of life costs and reduce the financial burden on their loved ones. So the same as mortgage protection, traditionally you find clients through direct mail. Most people, which I've never done, is they actually door knock to meet with these consumers. We're remote, so we definitely don't do that. And then, of course, there's internet-based leads. If you've been in the insurance business, they are available, but they're not normally the highest quality. So the pros of final expense with that market is it is an unlimited market. I mean, there's 10,000 people turning 65 a day. So it truly is an unlimited market. It is very transactional, right? You're covering a burial or cremation, so it's very set in stone. It doesn't require an advanced skill set with a consumer compared to the mortgage protection space. Now, the cons, of course, include it's difficult to find qualified leads. Again, speaking to someone who's been in the insurance industry and speaking to someone, right, like yourself, if you're watching this, who've been in the insurance industry, the quality of the leads can be difficult, and I explain it in these cons, but they're hard to get people on the phone. The response rates are extremely low, but the consumers are normally looking for free, right? Most people that are 65 plus, they're looking for free benefits which don't exist, which can make it difficult to find the qualified lead. So this has been a recent change to our business, and it's been an absolute game changer, which is the final expense inbound calls that we have just started on our business. It truly is a life changer. Rather than chasing leads, our final expense system is built around inbound calls from consumers actively actually looking for the coverage. So to explain the inbound system, so our inbound model removes the wasted time common in traditional lead systems. So the calls are live, controlled, and pre-qualified before you commit. So I want to hit on a few of these real quick. So the way that our inbound system works is you very simply you turn on, right, our system, and then the calls start coming in, but very specifically they're consumer initiated, mean they're calling you. You're not spending any time dialing in phone numbers or trying to get a hold of people. Just like I explained, you control when the calls come in. So if you're working this on a part-time or a spare time basis, right, you can get off work at 3, 4, 5 o'clock, come home, sit down, open up your computer, hit the play button, and start taking in calls. They're immediate live transfer, so they immediately come into you. So they don't call into the system and then they talk to AI and then they're sent to you. They immediately come to you. And then the built-in pre-qualification buffer is you. So you have the opportunity. There's a 2 minute buffer on there, right? That's likely to change based on different circumstances. But you have 2 minutes with the consumer reading through our script to verify that they're looking for final expense coverage, they're healthy enough to qualify, right? And you set a budget with them to make sure that they can afford the coverage. If they don't, right, match those three pieces that we're looking for, you hang up on it and you don't have to pay for it. So that's the reason why I put down pay only for qualified conversations. That 2 minute buffer allows you to choose who you're spending your time with and who you're actually paying to speak with. And I'll go over more of how that lead investment works. So to explain, so we provide a complete CRM system so you're not piecing tools together on your own. So everything runs in one place. So you'll see over on the left side that we have national leaderboards, so you're able to compete with everybody, right? People from your team, from a different business. There's a place to add in new agents and track their process. right? Progress in the business, their process in the business, be able to see your group as a whole. There's also a place to input new applications and track their progress, and a reporting center to track all of your KPIs. KPI stands for key performance indicator. So it's like your placement ratio, which is right. If you're writing applications, are they getting approved? But it tracks all these different pieces to allow an agent to become successful. So the core of our business has to be our compensation guidelines. So our company right offers compensation from a 70 to 140%, which you can see on here. So you have the ability to increase your compensation rate from a personal production or from your team volume. So everything is merit based, right? So you grow based on your results, not based on who you're related to, what color you are, right? Or how pretty you look. Everything is based on your work ethic and your results. So first you see with the producer track over on the side that you can grow and skip levels on a monthly basis all the way up to 120%. So to explain when you see the screen, to go from a 70 to a 75%, in 1 month you just have to do $5,000, which is the equivalent based on our averages of one application. So one application is $1,000, so that would be five applications. So if you go out and you get started with us and you write $15,000, write 15 applications in a month, I've written 27 apps in a week, right? So 15 applications is a lot. It may seem like a lot or a little to you, but if you go out and you do $15,000 in a month, 15 applications, you will get the 95% contract. You can skip up to that level. But our company, we never take you back down. You don't have to continue to hit that same volume number. When you hit the contract, you keep it. Okay. So for simply doing your job, the company has bonuses that they offer to you. So you see, right in that example, if you go out and you do the 15,000, you get a $350 bonus on the 15th of the month. That goes all the way up to right $40,000, 2,500 bucks. In the top right, 60,000 plus in a month, you get a $5,000 bonus. So next on here, I'm going to show. So we really believe that your business begins on the building side when you get to the regional manager level. If you look left of that though, and you go, if you look down from the RM level though, you're going to see the sales manager, which is the beginning level of building your business with our company. But the regional manager level is you do 70,000, right? So 70 applications. It's you and seven other people, and you have one sales manager group inside of your organization, which is three people doing 25,000. At that level, your compensation jumps to 110% if you're not already there from personal production. And then you start receiving bonuses at that regional manager level, you'll start receiving a $2,000 bonus, 2,000 every month on the 15th, every month that you qualify. And then you see that that builder's bonus goes all the way up to $50,000 per month. So to explain our business model, I know a lot of people get confused on this, so I want you to follow me. So you're going to hear me talk a lot about the APV, which is the annual premium volume, right? It's the monthly premium times 12 to keep it extremely simple. So I want to give an example. So, right in this case, I made up the agent's name is Bob, even though we work with a Bob. But Bob writes a policy for a client for $100 a month. Okay. So the APV, right, the annual premium volume is $1,200. So on that $1,200, Bob's commission level is at a 90%. So the industry standard, right, there's a 75% advance, meaning that the insurance company gives you 75% of your money up front, and then you get the last 25%, we call it back end money, the last 3 months of the policy year. So you see, of course, his advance commission would be $810. This would be for one case. And the last 3 months of the policy year, he would get $270. So the builder's compensation. So this is where a lot of people get confused. So I want to explain this. So the example I want to give, again, it's the same with Bob, right? He's at a 90% commission. So he brings in an agent, right? One of his buddies that's looking for the opportunity, and his friend, right, starts at the 70% compensation. So these insurance companies, they pay you to bring in new agents and train them. Okay. Just like I wrote up here, they pay the difference in contract because they already have a contract to pay you at a certain level, right? So basically, what I mean by that is that a 90% commission, if you write a policy, right, you would make 90%. The agent that you bring in would get paid 70%, but the insurance company would pay you 90 if you would have written it. So they pay you what we call spread, which is that 20% difference. Okay. Understanding this, we can explain more when you go to interview, but this is where you see people really grow and create a lot of income. So the investment into your business, right? So a lot of people ask, of course, like what is required to get started? So I want to go through and again explain the way that our inbound system works based on a lead investment. So lead cost is really your only expense in the business after getting licensed. So getting licensed altogether, we have a discount code, which I show later in this. It's normally $200. We have a discount code to where it's 40 bucks. After you get licensed and you take your test, altogether to get licensed, you can thank the government for that. It's around $150 based on the state that you live in. So the inbound system, the way that it works, again, is you're only paying for people who you qualify and you choose to take over the 2 minute buffer. So these presentations, right, these billables in the inbound system, they're $50 if you choose to take the client, right, who told you that they are looking for the right? They understand they're looking for final expense coverage, right? You've made sure that they're healthy enough to qualify for what we're offering. And you also verified a budget range with them based on actual figures that we put together to make sure that they're a good fit. So the average close ratio on inbound calls is around 25%. We have a lot of agents that are much higher than this. So the 25% ratio, that means if you have 20 billable presentations, you should write 5 applications. Okay. So again, based on Bob's 90% commission, he would make $4,050 in gross revenue. Okay. So he has the $1,000 lead investment, which is the 20 billable presentations. After paying that lead investment, he would have a net revenue, right, on a weekly basis of $3,050 based on this example. So inside of a 48-week year, I took off, right, 4 weeks to show what it would be. That would be $146,400 in net income. So I want to say here, I know a lot of people, they get nervous when they hear about investing into their business. You have to invest in a business to get off the ground. We offer a variety of different ways to help get people off the ground, which we can explain when you do your interview. So again, going from that, what you need to work with us. So of course, like I explained, you have to get an insurance license. You can thank the government for that, which I explain in a second on the next slide. You're going to need a cell phone. If you don't have a cell phone, I'm worried about you, just being honest. Need to have a cell phone, need to have Wi-Fi. I think these are extremely basic, but I always put it down. And you need to have a computer or a tablet to be able to write applications on. Okay. Same thing. If you don't have a computer or a tablet, it's not a big deal. Find one, borrow one, whatever you got to do. Okay. So with the licensing with the state, first you have to go through pre-licensing. So we have a fantastic partnership with an Excel with Excel. It's a massive company. They've been great to us. But you see that we have a partner code, which is just my name, Connor Jones, no spaces, no caps, which again we'll share with you on the interview. So no need to write it down. But it's a $40 discounted course. So you don't pay 200, it only costs $40. So we try to make the entry right as easy as possible. I always share this as well. We do not make any money from anybody, right, signing up for the course. We're not getting paid for you getting started or getting a state license. That's just a state requirement based on where you live. So the next step for you is it's time to start your interview, right? So if you have any issues on our calendar, because that should be posted below, please reach out to our office. That's actually the best number to reach us at is the 937-818-6253. When I say reach out, just send a text, right? Let us know that you're having issues booking your interview. Or if you have any other questions, again, set up the interview process. You'll get to talk to myself or one of our team members to be able to get some information to, again, see if. To, I always love to say on an interview, I'd love to expand on anything for you. or again, to explain anything that you might have been confused on. I hope this overview was impactful for you as it was for me when I got in. I saw something similar to this, but we look forward to meeting with you and being able to continue to share this opportunity.